Hi, my name is Tyjon, aka My Music Marketer from MyMusicMarketer.com. I'm doing a web series on the most common questions that I get from my clients and potential clients about getting started in marketing their music online. So, next question I want to tackle is what music marketing plan? What should be in my music marketing plan? And pretty much, if you don't have a music marketing plan, why you should have one. So, the first thing is if you fail to plan, then you will basically you plan to fail. It's an old business adage. It's not mine, but believe me, if you do this and you do plan, if you do plan, then you'll be more successful, more likely to be successful. If you fail to plan, then you're just aiming and shooting in the dark, and you don't want to do that. Okay, you're actually in the music business, so you're in the business of music. So make sure you have a business plan, and that's what your marketing plan is going to help you do. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to define your music marketing plan with the 4 W's of music marketing, or of marketing in general. The first thing is, who are you going to sell it to? Right, so you got the who are you going to sell your music to. So you have the who, the what, the when, and the where. The where. So if you don't have those, I'm going to go over those now. So you got who are you going to sell the music to. You're going to define your target market. Who is your target market? Who are the people that are passionately into the type of music and genre that you're actually promoting? If you don't have this and you don't know who your target market is, you're going to be spinning your wheels, because you're just going to be spending money on people who pretty much might click on your ad, but they're not going to be into your music. So you need to define who your customer is. Okay, you also need to know, what are you going to sell? Now, we know you're selling music, and since you're in the music business to sell music, because that's how you make your money, what are you actually going to sell? Are you going to be selling MP3 downloads? Are you going to sell physical CDs? What about the distribution of that stuff? So, what are you going to sell? Okay, so like again, you're going to define your product. When are you going to sell it? This is big, because if you don't know, when you're going to sell it, then you won't be able to make any sales. So I'll basically help you. You set a deadline, right? So you have a time, you've recorded the CD, you've set up your marketing budget and your plan, and say 3 weeks from today, or whenever you decide to put it on sale, you need to build up a promotion up until that date, just so that you can test any particular song or an album. So make sure you set a deadline. Okay, what are you going to sell? Right? What are you going to sell, and where are you going to sell it? That's even more important than what you're going to sell, is where are you going to sell your music. There's lots of websites out there, whether it be physical distribution sites like CD Baby, or Reverb Nation, or MP3.com, and iTunes, where you can sell digital downloads. You just have to define it. Where are you going to sell it? So that's really, really important. Okay, what marketplaces will you sell it from? This is going to be important, because you need to have your music set up for download and or physical distribution prior to you actually trying to sell something. If you don't have that stuff and that infrastructure in place, then when it comes time to sell it, you won't have a place to sell it. Okay, basically you want to define your traffic. How are you going to build traffic, and how are you going to get traffic to your website or to the music marketplaces that you're going to be promoting your music in? Okay, you can do so through banner ads. Banner advertising is still strong. It's been around basically since the beginning of the internet, as far as a marketing platform, and it's not inexpensive, but it's not super expensive, and it depends on the website that you're trying to advertise on. So you can have different placement through Google, through Yahoo, or you can go directly to the website that you want to advertise on. So if you want to advertise, let's say on hiphop.com, then you would contact the webmaster of hiphop.com and ask them how much would it cost to run a banner for whatever amount of time you would run it for. So if you want to run it for a month, they might charge you a certain amount based on the impressions and the hits that they get to their website, and then you can just test different websites like that. Okay, so it really just depends on you. Okay, email blast. Now, if you already have an email list, if you've been following anything I've been teaching, is you do want to have an email list on your own website. But if you don't have your own website, what you can do is you can contact a webmaster who already has an email list of potential buyers, right? People that are like-minded or interested in the things that you might sell, the genre of music you sell. So if it's allhiphop.com and they have their own email list, you you might contact those webmasters and ask them how much would it cost to get a sponsored ad blasted out to their email list. It may be a little more expensive on some of the bigger sites, but some of the smaller sites, they might have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, and they might be able to blast out for you. So just look into that. Okay, PPC ads or pay-per-click ads, basically you can get it through Google, Yahoo, Bing. There's a lot of different websites out there. Every search engine, a major search engine and minor search engine, is going to have their own pay-per-click format, and the costs are going to vary. And what you're doing is you're targeting keywords, right? So if you're a grunge music artist and you're Seattle grunge, right? So say you have grunge music and you're a Seattle artist, and your artist name is already popular, or you want to just get your name out there, then you can place ads all over the internet based on what people search, and it's all based on keywords. So this isn't a pay-per-click tutorial, but just know that pay-per-click ads are out there as far as you driving traffic. Okay, social media engagement. This is something you're going to be doing anyway as part of your entire music marketing strategy. You always want to have social media, because not only are the people that are following you or the people that you're in contact with, but all of their friends. And they say there's a sphere of influence, right? Everybody knows, just people offline, they know 200 people by first name. Even if you don't believe it, if you really sit down and looked into it, you really do, or more. You may know more than 200. But online, those numbers can swell because it's so easy to add friends, or basically have your message sent out to multiple people all at once. Even if you only have 200 friends, your friend has 200 friends, and every time you send a message to your friend's 200 friends gets that, and then so on and so on. So that's how things on social media go viral. So make sure social media is part of the way you drive traffic. Media buys, this is another important one, and this actually includes banner ads. It includes radio, television, newspapers, magazines, those kind of things. It's obviously more expensive to advertise in print advertising and radio and television than it is to do on most websites, but the engagement's there, and depending on the product and what you're actually trying to sell as far as your music and your popularity, it may be worth it for you to look into some of those other things in the media buys. So just be aware that that's available. Okay, video is probably the least expensive way for you to market anything online, not only because the video sharing sites have a social media portion to them, have a social media component to them, like YouTube and Vidler and all these other video sharing websites, but you can post videos freely. You can post them a lot, and there's video sharing sites that can blast them out to multiple sites. You look at things like Traffic Geyser. It costs a lot of money to get into Traffic Geyser, but Traffic Geyser is probably one of the best ways for you to distribute any of your videos, and you can get a massive amount of people clicking on the video, or at least viewing the video, so that they can see who you are and what you're doing. So video is going to be huge for you. Okay, I did put it etc. because there's a lot of different ways to advertise. I won't go too far into it, like PPV and some of the other ways, but just know this is a good way to get started. I'd probably concentrate mostly on the email blast, banner ads, and social media engagement, just to start off, in video, just to start off, because those are the least expensive ways for you to get traffic to your website. Okay. For more information, you can visit www.mymusicmarketer.com. I put together a free book for you. It's an Expose Your Music to 5 Times More People music marketing course. Basically, what it tells you is how to identify target market, which is important, how to set up a website, and setting up a website not only through HTML, but you can set up WordPress sites and sites through Blogger. It just depends on what your plan is and how fancy you want to get. It also exposes how to drive traffic, right, and how to do promotions on social media so that people will see what you're doing and hopefully buy from you. It also outlines the top marketplaces for you to place your music in. So it's really good. It's really worth it. So all you have to do to get it is enter